Hello, hello, everybody. I am just doing a drawing stream today. I think I actually have a couple of different audio places going on right now. Let me just click on over here and let me stop sharing that screen. All right. Don't want to hear myself talk actually, so I'm just going to take the earphones out, see how this goes. You are sounding great. Please do. How's it? I bet that's what it is. Yeah. Problem is I have a echo. I don't know how this is gonna go. I know exactly what the problem is. Here we go. Okay. No, still got it. Uh, Video stopped. Hmm. Well, we'll just see how it goes. How's that? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Let me know when the video comes back on. How's that video? Well, this is why we do a test. You just got to do a test. Mhm. We're clear. Oh, okay. Well, maybe it was on your end. It could be. Let me see here where the audio's built in, external. All right, let me do this. All right, there we go. Echo canceling. We should be doing okay now. I'm just gonna check one more thing, and then we'll be okay. And then we'll get right into drawing. Dun, dun. All right, and there we go. Okay, so hopefully everything's okay now. Did it just mute me again? I don't know. It just keeps automatically muting me. Fill with something. I must go on. Okay. Um, Let me just pull that out so I don't have to hear myself in an echo. Um, all right. I'm just gonna put it right here. There we go. Hopefully you can still hear me. Everything's going good. You can hear me? All right, we're good. We're going on with this thing. So we got Moon Knight here on the iPad. Um, the series is coming out, and is it's been a while since I've read a Moon Knight comic. I haven't read a Moon Knight comic since the early 90s, maybe mid 90s, 94, 95, something like that. Um, it's just been a long time. I think David Finch was the artist at the time, and I believe I have, yep, some of his artwork here for reference. I really like his work, how it looked. It was the best, in my opinion. Um, so that's what we're going to be using for the reference for the artwork that we're doing today. I believe this airs, was it Wednesday on Disney Plus? I'm super looking forward to it, and I think my wife is too. She saw the previews and she likes the actors and everything. So oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna say hello to Shadowhawk. Hey, thanks a lot for coming by here, Shadowhawk. I really do appreciate you. And we got Burst Films here. What's up, Skits team? Starling is making it look good. Oh, Starlink. I think she meant Starlink, not Starling. But yes, hopefully that's why this I'm doing this stream. It's just gonna be a drawing stream. We recently got Starlink internet. Okay, so I went on I signed up for Starlink about a year and a half ago, and it was you had to go on a waiting list and wait for it to come to your state. Now, our state is Tennessee, and about 3 weeks ago, I got an email saying, "Are you still interested in Starlink? We're ready to go." I was like, "Heck yeah! Let's see how it goes. We're out in the country. We're in the middle of nowhere. We can't get much internet." So I was just like, It's about to happen. Sweet." So we got it, and we set it up about a week and a half ago now, and it seems to be doing great. I mean, it's way better than what we had before. Um, Way better. I mean, astronomical. There's the Starlink reference, I guess. Astronomical. It's way bigger, way better, all that sort of stuff. So Starlink seems to be working really good for us. The only problem with it really is upload speeds and latency. Typical latency with broadband and stuff like that, like you get through your cable service, is usually like 20 milliseconds. This will go anywhere from 20 to 60 milliseconds on the latency. Averages around 40 milliseconds, which is pretty good. I mean, it's not bad at all, but that's really what gives you clear uh, video, for streaming and stuff like that, streaming up, streaming down, like we're doing right now, streaming up. So, so far, I'm really happy with Starlink, with what's been going on with it, and hopefully we'll be able to do like real drawing shows now with Starlink. Hold on here, we got tell everyone what Starlink is and who. Not everyone knows. Well, Starlink is the internet service that Elon Musk has put up. What it is it's lots of low orbit satellites in space. Your typical satellite internet is, I think, like 380 miles up, 400 miles up, somewhere around there. And it's super slow, but if you're in the country and you don't have anything else, it's the best you can get. It's maybe 20, get 20 megs down, a half a meg up, and the milliseconds, the latency is just terrible. So I mean, I've dealt with that for years. So these are actually low orbit satellites. Regular ones, like I said, are 380. These are low orbit. I think they're around 100 miles or 80 miles, something like that, up in the atmosphere. And there's a whole bunch of them, and they create like a network in your area. And then there's also ground units for uh, as part of the network. I don't know a lot about it, but it's just from what I've learned from looking into it. So what you need to do is you have to be pretty much like within 100 miles or 150 miles, something like that, to a ground station that makes your connection really, really fast. So your signal will go up to the satellite and then it'll come down to the ground service. And as long as you're within like 100 miles, I believe it is, of the ground um, area, the ground servers, then you have really good internet. So far, I mean, this is actually really, really good. So I'm guessing that we're pretty close to wherever the ground station is. Not sure where it is. I'm sure they have it on their website somewhere. What do we got here? Talk about Chattanooga. Oh, well, supposedly Chattanooga has the fastest internet in any city center in the world. Supposedly. That's something we read. They have it on their website. I've seen it on other shows and stuff. Yeah, so Chattanooga, whatever. Heck with Chattanooga. We're nowhere near Chattanooga. So we just do the best we can with what we got. So anyway, that's Starlink. That's what we got, and hopefully it'll allow us to do a lot more streaming stuff. I mean, one of the reasons why we stay away from doing streaming, especially at night or just too much in general, is because we just don't have access for streaming. Our internet just isn't as robust as it needs to be doing this sort of stuff. So hopefully now we can actually do it. So anyway, let's get into this. Let's do some drawing. What do we got here? One more. Moon Knight High. Disney won't be mad at you if you use the correct name. We know they are very protective of branding. Okay. Moon Knight. Here we go. So I got me some reference. Getting back into the Moon Knight thing here. I got some reference. I kind of like what's going on with what they did with the costume on here. It looks like it's got some more Egyptian stuff built into it down in here. It's got a ring in the center instead of a belt. It looks like everything's tied in with a loop and a ring on the front instead of a belt with just a moon-shaped crest on it. So I kind of like that. Looks like he's got kind of like a breastplate here, where maybe he's going to detach the moon rings. I can't remember what they're called. Like I said, I haven't read it since like 94 maybe. So it's been like 25, 26 years since I read a Moon Knight comic. But I liked it. I enjoyed it when I was reading it. Um, but one thing I did like about David Finch's Moon Knight is he always seemed to be tattered and torn up. And I like that aspect of his drawing. So I might try and, pull that into it. It just looked a little more tattered, just in the series looks like his outfit's like perfect, like everything's in perfect shape and perfect place and stuff like that. So, but there are some things on here that I really like. I like in the arms here, he has these cross things. That's kind of cool. So I'll actually incorporate that into my drawing instead of he just had like bands of wrapping around the forearms here. So I kind of like that where it's got the crisscross in there. It's just a little more interest. And same with this, he's got a lot more detail in the overall making up of the outfit that I find kind of neat. But I do like the hood and cape on David Finch's Moon Knight. So that's definitely something that I'm going to do with mine. Uh, got another person here. We got Leg Cake One. Hey, Leg Cake One. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Appreciate you. Really do appreciate you. So let's get into this. Let me pull this out of the way. Right up here. That's where I'm going to have it for all my reference for my drawing. So it's right out of camera view, right up here. Now I got to, let me look on this piece of paper. This is just an old piece of paper I pulled out. I'm going to make this actually big too. Let me, there we go. So let me adjust some things here. Let me see where the top of the page is. Top of the page is right here. I like to make a mark where the top and bottom of the page right outside of view so I don't draw outside of those areas so you can actually see everything that I'm doing. Let me bring a little more light in. There we go. And let me bring up my little book. Before I got started, I was doing some thumbnails on what type of layout I want to do on this drawing. So just thumbnails. These are just quick, and you probably can't even see really what's going on. But it's what I do to just kind of give me an idea of what I'm thinking. And I'm really liking, I think, this thumbnail right here. And what it is, let me lift it up a little bit for you. So right there, that's Moon Knight jumping from one building to another. There's buildings on both sides here. There's a big moon behind him, and everything's kind of at an angle, so it creates a little more visual interest. Nice to have angles instead of just straight up and down on the page. And then I'm gonna have, like, since this is New York City, I'm gonna have some clotheslines going between the buildings, and some wires, power lines, stuff like that. And then we got to do stuff going down the buildings, like pipes, water pipes, and uh, balconies. The metal balconies that stick off the buildings there in New York, the fire escapes and stuff like that. So I think this is the direction that I want to go with it. So keep that right there for a second, knowing that. And what I want to show y'all is my little figures here. I like to use these figures to kind of help show get an idea of how the form is actually going to move and stuff. So that's what I want to do. I want to kind of form this guy into, and this is just your typical, different artists use different things for helping them out with drawing. Sometimes you just go right on into it, and but I actually like to use this so I know how everything's going to overlap and whatnot. So that's what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to just bend this figure in a way where I actually like what I see. So, yeah, maybe something like this. Yeah, kind of liking that. Maybe he'll be somewhat like this, flying across the sky, maybe. Maybe put him at an angle like that. Kind of like that. Let me get that in there. Something like that. So I got this. He'll stand on this tree here, and I'll put him right outside of view so I have some reference to look over to. It's magnetized, so that's makes it nice and easy. There we go. And let me just make sure I got this at the right angles here. hmm Yeah, kind of want to look up at him. So move that right off of view there. And I'm going to put this off to the side so I have that in view. I lost my mic. Again, I don't want to put this inside, so here we go. What do we got here? We're testing out a new internet. How do we look? Exactly. Fix the name. You are free to draw. Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm not sure quite what that means, but did I spell Moon Knight wrong or something in the title of the show? I probably did. I probably did something silly like that. So anyway, let me just block some stuff in. So I'm gonna put Moon Knight right up in here. Okay, like that. Right there. And then I want the moon Moon to be something like that behind him. Put the angle in on the buildings. Crisscrossing some lines here. Something like that. I'll have some clothes and towels hanging. Just more visual interest, right? Something like that. And this one will put something real close in the foreground here. And that'll be one of these. Come over here like that. So my wife tells me, yes, I spelled Moon Knight wrong. Incredible. I don't know how I spelled it wrong, but okay. There's a way for me to spell something wrong, I will definitely do it. So there you go. Anyway, so I roughly blocked all this stuff in, but what I'm gonna focus on for this drawing right here is the Moon Knight himself. So that way, all right, there we go. Let me move this a little closer, and let me show you what I have him on. See, he's on this tree, and I have it taped down to the desk on this metal, so he's magnetized. I can move him anywhere I want, so I can have a nice view. And again, like I've said in other videos, if you've watched, you should use whatever you can to do the drawing that you want. That's the way I see it anyway. So anyway, let's get into this. All right. One thing I definitely need to look into when doing this is I need to make sure that I draw him muscular enough. Um, Sometimes you can get into a tendency to well, at least I can. You know, I'm using this doll right here that's really thin. And I might get into a tendency to draw him as thin as uh, as he looks here, but that's something I definitely don't. I want to stay away from. So I need to make sure that I make him beefy and bulky. And what I'll do is I'm just going to roughly sketch him in, and then I'll kind of erase it, and then go back over it. I realized I'm kind of drawing him up high here, so let me just kind of bring him down into the view a little bit. Hopefully that camera stays in focus. That's one thing I don't like about these is like they'll focus wherever they want, and it's the what is this? It's a Logitech camera, and it focuses on what it wants instead of what you want it to. So autofocus. Not sure how to get it off autofocus. I've looked into it, but anyway. All right. Hmm. All right. Give me 1 second here. I need to turn my heater off. Mm. All of a sudden, it just got really, really hot in here. Right, because these lights and everything. So, get a little piece of tape here. There we go. That way everything stays in. All right. So now that I've kind of roughed this in, the question is, how do I want to draw them? Do I want to draw them like, like David Finch, or do I want to draw him like he's gonna appear on TV? I think I'm gonna do just a little mixture of both. One cool thing is you can kind of do a lot of this stuff in the dark, because he's a character that comes out at night for the most part, and you can have stuff in shadow, because he's mysterious and coming out at night and everything. So that's definitely something I'm gonna take advantage of. I gotta remember the cape. The cape is essential. The cape is just really, really cool. The cape really makes the character, actually. I wanna put all different types of swirls and stuff into his cape. hmm And again, I've never drawn Moon Knight, so definitely one of those things. I don't draw capes too often either, so this will be a couple of new things for me. We'll just see how it turns out. I kind of like there's a few elements I really like about the character that's going to be on TV. And I'm definitely going to try and put that into this. I like the forearm elements. I like some of the costume choices that they did, particularly on the shoulders. I kind of like that. It almost looks like he's got shoulder pads. I don't know. So I'm gonna try and pull some of that into what I'm doing. So we're gonna have a hybrid, a little bit of David Finch and a little bit of my own. So and a little bit of TV. So there you go. Cool. Mm. Mhm. Don't want too much dead air. I guess I gotta keep talking here to make this interesting, but it's mainly just for mainly concerned with just doing the drawing on this stream. Like I said, it's a test stream, but at the same time, you gotta keep it interesting for people. So I will keep talking a little bit what I'm thinking. Hmm. All right, let me keep back in here and then we'll do something a little different with the arm here. Put this arm a little different. Excuse me. We're gonna be having Eric Canetti on the Skits Funhouse tomorrow. That's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this today. We don't usually do anything on Sunday, or on the weekend period when it comes to online. But I just wanted to test this before I did a stream with him, make sure everything was gonna work out with this new internet. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I got really hot there for a second. Kind of feel a little sickly actually. Just gotta breathe. What the heck's happened with me? I'll have to look and see how his boots are done. And again, I'm not going to focus too much on the buildings or any of that stuff. What I'll probably do is I'll do that on a separate stream and finish it out. I'm just wanting to get this character done. Hmm. A little eraser here. I don't usually actually do too much erasing. It's just something I don't really do. And I don't know, maybe that just comes with years of doing things, but I'd also suggest y'all not do too much erasing whenever you're sketching or drawing. Just kind of draw through it, whatever it is that you're working on. All right, cool. Finally got something going here that looks like fun. Looks like something fun. That's just it too. It's like if you're not doing something that's fun when it comes to this sort of stuff, then it's kind of like, well, why are you doing it? You know. Yeah. Seems to have in the Disney version of Moon Knight here in the series, he's got like a loincloth type thing dangling down in between here, and then he's got some bits. I'm not quite sure how this works. I'll have to watch the series, I guess, to find out how all this stuff works, but it looks kind of neat. Like that. I'm just kind of trying to fill it out, see like how much swirly cape type stuff do I want to do, and how much just straight cape do I want to do. So I'm just kind of drawing in some swirls here and there. We'll see how I feel once we get to that point. Mm. I'm getting a different pencil so I can start. Uh, nope, here we got someone here in the chat. Sumo Thori. Hey, Sumo Thori. Thanks for stopping by. We're just doing some Moon Knight drawing in preparation for the show coming out on Wednesday. So, well, I appreciate that, Sumo. Yep, that's what we're doing. Doing a little working out on Moon Knight. Like I've never drawn Moon Knight before, and I just thought, I mean, he's definitely an interesting character, and I liked reading it when I was a kid. So that's what we're doing. We're just kind of doing a little bit of drawing right now. I just roughed it in the character, and now I was actually going to start drawing, start trying to do a little bit of detail stuff. I'm just leaving this one sketchy, you know. I ain't trying to make it the perfect drawing, as it were. Yeah, I'm super excited about this show. One thing I don't want to do is get too dark with it too early. I've already started doing that, but it happens. I want to utilize some of the techniques they used on the actual design of the suit for the TV show, because I think they did some cool stuff on it. Let me sketch that in with a light pencil first before I try and go dark with it. All right, there we go. Now I can go back over it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I had teachers in college that could just straight up talk while they were drawing. That and it made them really, really good teachers. I definitely know that's something that I could never do. They are, or it may just be something that they've done it for so long that they're used to it. But me, I've always been one of those who kind of needs to pay attention to what they're doing while they draw, so I can't really talk too much. Anyway, this is pretty cool. Really like this design on the forearms. It's one of my favorite bits that they did for this TV show. Hmm. Got my phone right next to me, and for some reason, my cousin's texting me. I have to send text too often, so I have to see what she's into a little bit later here. There we go. Kind of fun. You look at some of my reference, see how this looks from the side. Hmm. The cool thing about Moon Knight is you don't have to draw his eyes. You just gotta, they're kind of hollow. So you don't have to draw the eyeballs and all that sort of stuff. They're just kind of in there. That's really cool. I think that's what I'll probably end up doing is just something like that. And that's all you can see is just the eyes. Let's see here. I liked the comic as a kid also. Never thought it would be popular enough to be made into a show. Hope it's good. Yeah, same here. I mean, it was always just kind of like a side character. And I mean, he had his own book, but it was never really a top seller. So I'm hoping that it's going to be good too. You and me both. It's kind of like how much design do you draw and how much muscles do you draw? That's kind of the area that you get into on this. Just gonna put it all in, and then at some point I'll delete and erase some bits, and you know, basically this would be the sketch I would do before inking. So just kind of see how we end up. And a lot of this will probably be in the shadow because it's all moon behind them. So this right here, this bit will probably end up making it kind of in the dark. So that's kind of a fun thing. Just work with the darks. I'm gonna make a hand where he's kind of like, something like that. And of course, if y'all have any questions, always ask. One thing I always liked about David Finch's Moon Knight is always seemed to be rainy and just miserable outside. I always kind of like that about his rendition of it. There's always rain going on, so maybe do something like that once you get to the inking stages. Just have like rain coming down everywhere and stuff. That'd be cool. Uh-huh. I wonder if for some reason I remember with the old Moon Knight, like he had some bits of strap around his waist that kind of fluttered in the wind and stuff. I don't know if that's real though. I haven't looked into it enough, but that'd be kind of neat. It might be a little too much like what's that one character? Heck, I can't remember. Seems to be posing a bit much here, my Moon Knight. I don't know how I feel about that posing. Like, woo, hey, how's it going? Just chilling out here. All right, let me do some work with a lighter pencil, uh, just so I can make sure it's done right before I draw over it. Black Star said you guys are having barbecue ribs. Is this your drawing reward? That'd be cool. I guess we are having barbecue tonight. Barbecue ribs. That's gonna be awesome. Let's hope I feel up to it, man. I don't know what happened to me here, but I got really hot and I just haven't felt too good since then, you know? Anyway. Okay, let me, I think I'll do something like that. Kind of like that, right? So let me do, it's too big. Make sure I get the hand the right size. Like that. Like that. There we go. Something like that. Down there, and then another hand. Some more fingers in the back right there. Yeah, not like that. That'll work. That'll be fine for this. Alright, let me slightly erase that and then go over it with the little stronger pencil. There we go. Something like that. Oh, we got someone else showing up. Eric the Wapo. Hey, Eric. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Just sitting here doing some Moon Knight drawing. How you like that? This is I did the under sketch with a light pencil, and now I'm doing some final pencils, and then from that we can do some inking. So that's where we're at right now. Let me again rough this in with a light pencil. All right, now I can go in with the darker pencil and finish that up. Now I gotta kind of look and see how the boots and stuff are done on them. Looks like he just has normal boots. I don't have the. Do we have anything on the? No. I'm gonna just improvise here with these boots. Looks like he's got some sort of design pattern though, going all the way up on here. Not sure what it is. But whatever, we'll just figure it out. Maybe we'll come up with something of our own. Maybe there's a design pattern kind of like on these forearm things that's down here on the boots. Maybe that's what I'm seeing. Well, I ain't got a reference for it, so I'll just do that. And we'll just leave it at that. That's the way I see it anyway. All this will probably be in dark anyway underneath his arm, but I still want to draw it in. Even if stuff is in shadow, a lot of times you still need to draw it just so you can know right where everything is. Let me see here what we got here. Can you cover up the feet with a graphic or something like a mist? People won't notice if you do have a reference. No, I ain't gonna do that. I don't. I could cover up some of it because I'm gonna have this line coming across here with the clothes dangling. I could do something like that though. I mean, that would give a little added depth. Why not? I'll just do that. Heck with it. Okay, so we got a power line hanging, or not power line, but clothesline, and then we'll have a shirt dangling. Sure, why not? We'll do it old school, like image guys used to do it. They got the smoke or something in front of the feet. Rob Liefeld did this a lot, so you don't have to draw feet. I'm only going to do it on one foot, though. I'll do it. I'm not going to do it on both of them. I'll draw this foot out. Why not? Then it ends up looking like he's standing on a shirt on a power line or something like that. It's like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. Nah, just not my game. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. It makes it look kind of funky. But yes, I could do some mist or something like that. Maybe there could be like if I move this up, there could be some sort of pipe down here, you know. I mean, it is New York. There's smoke everywhere. I think he's in New York. Isn't that where Moonlight is? And then the smoke could be coming out of here, right? Could do something like that. That'd be funny. You get that smoke coming up out of a chimney or something like that. That'd be ridiculous, right? And it's like covering up part of it, the part that's hard to draw, right? But I mean, feet aren't hard to draw, but it's still, but could definitely do something like that. You know, could definitely do that. But I'm not too interested in that. I'm just gonna try and do the drawing of the character here, my underdrawing, and then go from there. Oh man, love those old Image comics and Marvel, especially Rob Liefeld, where he always covered up the feet. And it's not that he couldn't draw feet; he just didn't want to. You know, he's like, let's just do it quick. It's cooler if they're coming out of the mist or something like that. You know, that's the one thing that people would say, "Oh, he can't draw." No, he could draw feet just fine. He's just doing that. So anyway, I'm gonna maybe think of it like some Egyptian something in the knee pads and whatnot. I probably could go find some reference, but I probably should have had that beforehand. But anyway, fine. I don't care. Just do what I think here. Just make it up a little bit. And that's how a lot of I remember a drawing that Todd McFarlane did of I think it was Michelangelo. He drew Michelangelo in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 50, I believe. And they had a few people do. I think Eric Larson did one too in the back of the book. They're just pinups. And I remember seeing Todd McFarlane's, and it was it's Todd McFarlane drawing. It was really good, but I noticed he didn't draw the turtles correctly. But you know, still McFarlane, so what does it matter? There were a few things that he probably just didn't see. He's like, "How do I draw that? Heck with it. I'll just draw it however." And that's how it ended up. So not even professionals sometimes have a problem getting the reference material. It's like if you draw for Marvel or DC, I guess you just got to know how to draw all them characters. I'm guessing they have some sort of something in the background so you can, you know, learn how to draw them, but and maybe they have a reference guide or something. But who knows? Maybe they don't. You know. Now I kind of feel like I'm drawing Spawn or something. Just got cape everywhere. Cape, cape, cape. See, I kind of like the spirals coming off the cape just because, he's kind of a head trippy character. So, to me, it makes perfect sense to kind of do that sort of stuff coming off of him. What type of pencils do y'all use? I mean, is there anyone out there that does art? Do you use lead holders? Do you use regular pencil? I mean, I've used pretty much everything at some point or another. But always interested in what other people out there use for your drawing. I like traditional pencils. This one here, oh, what the heck are these called? These are my favorites. They're Tombos. I don't know if I can get that on up there. It'll focus. Here we go. I don't think it wants to focus on that. Anyway, it's a Tombow mono. Those are my favorite pencils, the Tombos. And I use an electric pencil sharpener. I know a lot of people use the little crank ones that you put in your hand because it saves the lead and stuff, but I don't care about that sort of stuff. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I just want it done to a point, and that's that, Let me erase some of this. There we go. Don't have to have all of that there. Mhm. Kind of wondering where the cape will, how it'll work underneath here. I'm not quite sure yet, so I'm not going to do anything with it yet. Kind of thinking of Egyptian stuff because that's, you know, where it comes from. He's got like this Egyptian type background. Hmm. All right. Yeah, I'm really liking this. This actually turned out a little better than I thought it would. Wasn't quite sure what was going to happen when I first got started because, man, for some reason, I just got sick all of a sudden. It was weird. But anyway, happens sometimes to me. I get really bad motion sickness, so sometimes it just kind of gets me, you know? Not sure what happened when I first got started here. But we're off and we're doing fine now. So it's gonna give them like a boot style bottom here. There you go. Uh, do some stylized boot bottom there. It's kind of neat. Got the little points and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Excuse me. Let me get a drink right quick. Uh-oh. I just got the word ribs are in the oven. I wonder if Moon Knight would enjoy them. I'm sure. Who doesn't enjoy ribs? Oh, ribs are the best. If you're out there watching, let me know how your picture looks for you. As I started off this stream, I said that I'm using Starlink. It's our new internet, and just interested to know how it's working. So just let us know. Give us a, hey, you're looking good, or hey, it's not so good for me. Appreciate it. There we go. I like these bandages. It's like a mummy. I love mummies. Gotta do a mummy comic at some point. Doing like mummies. Right? Everyone loves mummies. At least I think they do. All this back here in the dark. I have the light just kind of poking in here. And there's like some symbols that run along this area here. I'm not sure what those are, but I'm guessing hieroglyphics, which is cool. You don't like hieroglyphics? Hieroglyphics are awesome. There we go. Not sure how far down this loincloth goes, so I'm just gonna put it in, see what happens. And again, I'm just doing kind of what I feel like doing here. I don't really know the Moon Knight character too much, so I'm just having fun with it. Like a little bit I do know from when I was younger, I'll just kind of roll with what I know. So yeah. Again, maybe I need to do some rain. That'd be neat. I'll do that in the inking stage. Get the rain marks in there. Video looks pretty clear and audio is good. Camera shakes a little when your table shakes, but no big deal. Yeah, I know. The reason why it does that is because the camera is attached to a rig that's attached to the table. The only way I could get rid of that, and maybe I should look into this. I got a few like poles and stuff that I could attach it to so it wouldn't shake. But I also wonder if it would just shake just because of my chair moving around. Um, but it's something I can try. I appreciate you for saying that, Sumo. Thanks a lot. It's definitely something I can look into. And thanks for watching, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, so it's actually starting to look like Moon Knight a little bit now, which is cool. You know, if I had the time, I could go full inking and everything else, but I'm not going to be able to do that because, for one, I got ribs, as you could see here in the chat. I got ribs coming, so I can't do too much because I got to be around for them ribs. And also, I have to use the bathroom, take a break here at some point. Still haven't quite figured out. I guess I'm just gonna throw in a cape and wherever it ends up is where it ends up. That's just gonna have to be where way I do it because he is just kind of jumping across. So I just have it all in shade because the moon behind him. I'll just do that. The reason why I don't use, if I'm working on finished pencils, the reason why I don't use lead holders or little little pens like this, or where's my lead holder? Shoot, it's been so long since I've used my lead holder, I don't even know where it is anymore. Uh, oh, here's one. Here's one. You got your lead holder here. Got the lead in there. That's a fancy lead holder right there. But the reason why I don't use those as much, I'll use the big lead holder more than I'll use one of these type of pencils or you know, technical pencil. Um, because it's got a big lead, but I just like the way a regular pencil feels, and I'm able to get more of a line that I'm interested in out of it. Like I can get a thick or a thin line real nice out of it. Uh, I don't know. There's just something about it that I really enjoy. But I mean, you'll see me draw with lead holders. I'm not adverse to it. I don't have a problem with it at all. Mainly I just like the way a regular pencil feels. It just has more of the type of feel I'm looking for. I'm not really one of those who does everything perfect and tight. Uh, I like I like my work to have some mystery in it. Not where you can see every little thing. That's just more my speed. So you'll see me do a lot of just random pencil work. It's and again, I feel like there's probably a lot more of this bandage work going on this. So I'm just gonna kind of roll with it. You can lightly see it. It's funny, I drew in all of these lines, these crisscross patterns on his leg going down, and I erased it all, so I can't see it because I was gonna put it in, and I just never got around to putting it in. Whatever. I'll figure it out. I got a dog outside, and he's a big boy. He's like 135 pounds probably. Haven't weighed him in a while, but that's probably right about what he's at. And he always lays down up against the door on the studio downstairs, and every time he does it, it sounds like someone's knocking on the door or something because he's so big and loud. So it's like I just heard him, and I was like, "Oh, oh no, okay, no, no one's there." That's how it is. Big dogs, man. He's a real big dog. He's an Anatolian Shepherd. Wonderful dogs, by the way. They're not too many people know about them because they're livestock guardian dogs mainly, but they make really good dogs. Period. Real loyal. Um, you gotta work with them really early though because they have a mind of their own. They do whatever the heck they want to do, and they're big enough to do it. Mine is actually small. I bought him because he was kind of the runt of the litter. I didn't want a full-grown beast of a dog. Get 150, 170 pounds sometimes. Um, like I said, mine's probably about 135. He's small for the breed. Um, but man, they're good dogs. And whenever I go into the studio, he just stays right down by the door waiting for me. Looks after everything. Last night he was a bit of a menace last night. He he there was a about 4:30 in the morning, he was just barking like crazy, and I got up to see what the deal was. And there was a cow walking down the road. It was a little baby cow. We got a lot of cows in our area, lots of people with cows, and I have no idea where this one came from. I have a rough idea, but I'm not for sure, so I don't know. But that little baby cow, probably about 3 to 4 months old, I'd say this cow was. And it was just walking down the road, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. I was like, where the heck did this thing come from? You just do 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 do. And he was scared from the dog, obviously, barking and everything. But so he walked down the road extra slow, so it took forever for the dog to stop barking because he was walking really slow because he's afraid of the dog. So it went on for like 20 minutes, I'd say 15, 20 minutes, him trying to get by and the dog barking and everything else. There we go. Put that little bit of shadow there. That makes it look a little more 3D. There we go. Let me do it on this one, on the arm. Yeah, starting to look pretty good. There. That's a lot of dog. I had a terrier mix who topped out at 25, 30 pounds. Yeah, I have livestock. I have some goats, So I've had a couple of Anatolians. This one, he didn't work out as a livestock guardian dog. They don't always work out. He he got imprinted on us, and he looks to guard us, his owners, instead of guarding the goats. So he just didn't work out with the goats. So, and that happens, it just sometimes they work out great, sometimes they don't. He just was more interested in guarding us than he was the goats. So now he's just a pet and he guards the property, and he does a great job at that. Matter of fact, the FedEx guy stopped by a few weeks ago. I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. The FedEx guy stopped by, and he uh, he got out of his truck and totally just came running around the corner and just started bah, 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 barking, barking, barking. And the guy, I mean, his bark is super loud and scary. And the FedEx guy just he fell over because he heard the dog and he fell down into the ditch. And I felt bad for him. I was like, "Hey, sorry, buddy." He's like, "Oh my gosh, I thought that dog was coming for me." I was like, "No, he's in the fence. He's okay. You'll be fine." And he was scared that that FedEx guy was scared to death. I felt so bad though. Yeah, that's how it goes though. But yeah, he's a big dog. He's big, and if he wants to do something, he does it. You can't stop him. I mean, there's no way you can stop a dog that big. If he wants to do something, he's going to do it. And but that's why we have him behind electric fence, so he can't get out or anything. The males are obviously a lot more aggressive than the females. I had a female and she was a lot better. She was really good with people and stuff, but uh, this totally the male. He's just no. He guards people, and he guards me and my wife and my mom and dad, and that's that. But I mean, you can be around him for a little bit, and then he warms up to you. But if you're not from around here and you come on the property, yeah, yeah, you don't want to mess around with that. Do you mind if we plug the horror channel? Of course not. Go ahead. Plug away. Go over there, do a search on the YouTube for First Films Production. They have videos coming out weekly, and they got some really good reviews of horror movies. And they're working on a comic book right now, a horror comic. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. So go on over there and check that out. There we go. So this is looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this is turning out here. I wasn't sure, like I said before, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to continue on. Got kind of sickly feeling there at the beginning of the stream, and I thought I was just going to have to pack it up early, like only do a few minutes. I'm noticing the camera shaking a lot more now. Now that you said that, um, I'm definitely I'll look into that. Maybe get it connected off the table, and that'll be a lot better. That way we don't get any of that shaking because I know that I'm aggressive with my pencil making, and I make all sorts of I can make all sorts of motions and just causing havoc. So I'll definitely look into that. Trying to mount it off the table so we don't get as much. Definitely noticing it a lot more. Uh, to put this moon in the background, I'm probably gonna have to get something. I don't know where my compass is right off the top of my head, but I'm gonna have to get something big like that to put it in, nice and circular. Kind of rough it in right now. Something like that. Maybe I'll put some of the clothes here too, clotheslines. You got to remember the weight of the clotheslines, like that. And I'll put like a shirt on here, fluttering in the wind. Yeah, I'll just keep drawing a little bit more. I am going to put in a smokestack. It makes it a little more mysterious when you got the smoke, and then also I'll do the rain coming down on the final piece. I'll share it out probably later this week, maybe on Wednesday, since that's when the show starts. I'll put Moon Knight in there. I'll have the buildings in and whatnot. But for now, I'm just gonna focus on Moon Knight and some of the stuff interacting around him. That way we have something pretty for the end of the show here. And if y'all are interested in more streams like this, man, I believe I can do it now because the Starlink is allowing us to do a lot more streaming, this type of streaming. Let me Sorry if the pencil sharpener is loud, but you know, that's just how it is. That's the type of pencil sharpener I like. That's my flavor. Mhm. Mhm. I'm just glad that the Starlink is working. It's cheaper than our old internet, and it's like 100 times better. So yay, Elon Musk. Is this going to go up on your website when finished? Yeah, I definitely will. I'll be putting it up on there. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be doing it inked or not. But it's definitely going to be finished up with the buildings and everything else. So it'll be on there. Not sure how much, but just matters how much time we have into it. But it won't be too much comparative to the other stuff that I got on the website. So just think of that. Yeah. I think you may have it up. Spider-Man was up and it sold. Yeah, the Spider-Man sold almost immediately. So it'll probably be around the same price as the Spider-Man, I'd imagine, since Spider-Man, I just did Spider-Man. This one I'm gonna put in some backgrounds and stuff like that just for fun. But yeah, I'll definitely have it up on the website. Um, probably around Wednesday, maybe. Hopefully, I'll have it done by then because I want to kind of show it since there'll be a little bit of stuff going on because of the show being up. So it'll be definitely then that I'll put it up. So I'll share it out on social media, and if you're interested, you can get it. I appreciate it, Sumo Tori. I'm guessing I'm saying that right. Is it Thori or Tori? Sumo Tori, Sumo Thori. I'm terrible with names, just so you know. Anyway, hold up. I'm just really liking the way this. Initially, when I started it, I was like, okay, I'm on pencil. I'm gonna do rough pencils. I'm gonna do finished pencils, and I'm gonna ink it. But I'm just liking the way this is looking so much that I'm kind of wanting to keep it as pencils. But you tell me if you're interested in buying it. What would you like to see it as, pencils or inks? I mean, since you asked, I mean, you get first dibs, I guess. I'll make it however you like, pencils or inks. You let me know. But I definitely like Moon Knight. He's a cool character. Always liked him, especially when David Finch was drawing it. I mean, um, that dude could draw almost anything, and I'd like it. I don't know if I've ever seen him draw a bad character, to be perfectly honest with you. I got a Jason Krager Moon Knight piece. This would look cool next to it. I'll keep an eye on the website. Yeah, man. And this is a big piece, by the way. I don't. You can't really tell, when it's just sitting here and I'm drawing on it. I think it's. Well, I got a ruler right here. I'll let you know. This is 14 by 17. So it's a big one. It's a big piece. Get the light pencil to draw in this foot back here. Yeah, I like Jason Krager. He's a good guy. Met him years ago at a comic book convention. He's friends with someone I worked with. It was a friend of mine, Jason Ogonzo, and yeah, he's a nice guy. Really like him. Laid back. That's That's one good thing about him. It's hard to find good laid back people anymore, especially online. It's like everyone's trying to be over the top. so they can sell their wares to you. And I guess I do it too with the Skits Fun House, doing my yell and stuff, but it's fun. Your pencils are nice and dark. I think it looks fine with just pencils. Bought some pencil sketches once that were so light it's hard to see. Yeah, mine's definitely dark. I have a problem with pushing down really hard. Like I'm using just an F, but this is like the type of darkness that most people would get with a strong B, like a 2 or a 4B. But yeah, I do, and I'll finish it off also with using a little bit of darker stuff here and there. I'll make it kind of pop foreground and background, so it looks really nice. But if you're interested, I'll keep it as pencils, and if you're interested, you can get it. I'll have it up on the website. I appreciate you, but you're here and no one else is, so I'm gonna do it the way you want it. Well, my wife's here. She's always here. She's supporting me. All right. Well, that's cool. Yeah, these buildings will be really fun to do because I'll put pipes down them and stuff. That'll be neat. Make it look like the gritty city. All right. This is just about done. I still need to go in. Actually, I'll do that while we're still live right here. I got these Faber-Castell pencils. They're um, they're matte pencils, and what that means is you can get really really dark with them, and you don't get that shininess that pencils do. That's why I tend to stay away from B pencils because B pencils have a oh just froze on me for a sec. The B pencils have a shine to them, but these new pencils by Faber-Castell that are matte. Oh, it froze there for a sec. All right, all right, come back to me. Here we go. All right. Anyway, these are really good pencils, and they don't have a shine to them, so I like to use them for on pencil drawings. Just bump up the darks around the arm here, so it stands out against the background a bit. Let me see here. The video is very clear, by the way. That's great. That's great. Except for just then, for some reason, it just froze. I don't know what that was all about, but whatever. But that's great. I'm gonna get it as long as no one beats me to the punch. Well, if you want to go on our Twitter, Skits Comic on Twitter, and send me a message if you're on Twitter, and I'll let you know before anyone else knows. I'll put it up and then I'll send you a message and say, "Hey, it's up if you're still interested." That's not a big deal. I can do that. I defer to you, Sumo. Once he puts it up, I'll let you go for it. I'm waiting for the art auction as well. Oh yeah, I know. I gotta also do some pieces for the art auction coming up. So forgot about that. Gotta save some stuff for the art auction. I'm definitely gonna look into fixing the camera so it don't move as much. So yeah, these pencils are really good. They're matte, so they don't get that shininess on them. That's what I love about them. So yeah, man, hoping this show's gonna be good. All the Marvel shows that they've had on Disney Plus, I've liked all of them. Well, WandaVision was I could either take it or not. It just wasn't my thing. Um, but it was fine. The the Winter Soldier and Falcon, I thought that was downright terrible. It was, ugh, I just didn't like it. Now, the best part of that whole series though was Zemo, where he does his dance where he's like that was awesome. I will have to say that was really really cool. I like Zemo doing his little dance. That was the best part of the whole series though. That series was pretty bad. Uh, Zemo. Every time I think of it, I just laugh. I just want to keep. I want to watch it some more. Zemo and his dance. I'm laughing to myself. People are like, "Why are you laughing?" But I'm sorry. That was hilarious watching Zemo. But yeah, that show was terrible. I didn't care for it one bit. But everything else I've liked. I've enjoyed all the other stuff. I really liked the Loki series. I thought that was good. Um, what was the one? Oh, the Hawk. The Hawk was really good. Yeah, I actually thought that was really really good. It was Christmas time. It had some nostalgic feel to it. Uh, the 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 gangsters that are in the track suits with the Rent-A-Bro trucks. Those guys were hilarious. "What's up, bro? Hey, bro." That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed them. Yeah, I'll also spray this piece too. All the pieces that I put up, I spray and fix so that it's nice and strong, and the graphite pops a lot more when you do that. Plus, it'll keep it from being smeared and all that sort of stuff. That's just something that I do because I do this because I like the art. Isn't the hawk from Cobra Kai? Yeah. Isn't that what it is? I mean, that's the guy's, uh, that's the character, Hawk, right? I think. I don't know. Oh, geez, man, I second guess myself, but yeah, that was awesome. Hawkeye, that's it. Hawkeye. I'm calling him the Hawk. Hawkeye. Oh my gosh. Shelby, huh? All right. Yeah, Hawk is from Cobra Kai. Hawkeye. You're talking about Baby Zero from the Krakow Monsters on Netflix. Yeah, the Krakow Monsters was interesting. That was an interesting series. That was a bit much. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. First Films was asking if you saw the new Halo or Picard. Yeah, we saw the first episode of Halo yesterday, and I liked the Halo. Uh, there was a few moments where I was a little scared where they did first person shooter type view in it. I was like, oh my gosh, don't do like Doom. You know, the Doom, I think that was with The Rock that they did. What was that, 15 years ago or something like that? And the last 20 minutes of the movie was all in first person shooter mode. Oh, that was terrible. Ooh. Picard, yeah, we watched the first 3 episodes of Picard. Um, I'm not sure about Picard yet. It's I enjoy it, but it just feels like it's kind of all over the place and it doesn't really know what it wants to do. It keeps like I told my wife this, it keeps suspending disbelief, but then it doesn't give you anything, it doesn't resolve anything, you know, and it's like if you're going to suspend disbelief, you got to resolve something, you know. And it just doesn't seem to want to do that. But I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. It's nice to see Seven back. I like Seven of Nine. I was a big Voyager fan. My wife, not so much. She likes Next Generation and stuff like that. She couldn't get um, into Voyager too much, but I really like Voyager. I actually worked for UPN when Voyager came out, so I played all the on-air programming. I was a master control technician, which means that I played all the on-air programming and plugged in commercials and stuff like that. And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Voyager. Definitely, that was probably my favorite of the old Star Treks. You know, Next Generation was all right. Deep Space Nine, I didn't like at all. I liked the Ferengi, but the show, I just didn't like it because it was a ripoff from Babylon 5, pretty much. Love Babylon 5. Um, but Voyager was definitely my favorite of those Star Treks back then. Next Generation was okay. What we got? I bet my wife's in here saying something about it. Mm. All right. First season was fantastic. Second season seems to be a flashback of OGs, and it's like, man, I love Q and Guinan and Seven, but what else? Yeah. Well, I mean, they're setting it up. They're setting up the whole season to be a worthless season. Like it doesn't mean anything. It's like, oh, they'll save the day and they'll make the future back the way it was, and then there's okay, then it's done. You know, here we go. Not true. I like some Voyager, but they wear the vest too much, and Kim is annoying. I know Kim is the worst. Kim is the worst on Star Trek Voyager. He's a goofball, but I like Voyager. I like everything about it, except yeah, Kim's a little cheesy. Uh, but yeah, Seven of Nine. Once you get into season 4, when you have all the Borg stuff starting up, and species what is it 8472 or whatever that species is, then it starts to get pretty cool. That's my that's when it gets really good. I think my wife's only on season 5 of Voyager right now. She's maybe 5 or 10 episodes into season 5, I think. So she's still got a ways to go and doesn't know how the series ends or anything. It's awesome. I know. Well, I mean, that's what you watched if you wanted to watch sci-fi stuff in the when we grew up. In the 70s, we had in the late 70s, we had like we had Buck Rogers. I liked Buck Rogers. Um, there was Battlestar Galactica, the original one, in the 70s. And then in the 80s, then you had like the Star Wars films and stuff. But on TV, you had Star Trek. Um, I can't remember of any sci-fi films that were space sci-fi films in the early 80s that were worth talking about, really. Um, no, I don't remember anything. So that's when you start going into Star Trek and stuff. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, that's all you had. Yeah, Buck Rogers. Love Buck Rogers. Always like Twiggy. Beep, 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 beep. Yes. Your wife said she looked at the trailer pictures and the boots you're doing are spot on. Knee pads are part of the boots. Okay, cool. I mean, I wasn't sure. I was just kind of going off memory. So luckily, oh, yeah, that's right. The early 80s, we had V. V was cool. Yeah. Forgot about that. They had, what's his name played? Freddy Krueger. He was in it. Um, yeah, V. V was really cool. I liked V. Hello? I know. I missed out. Sorry. I forgot about V. But I really liked V. V was a cool series. And I was excited when they brought it back, but what was that? Like 2009, 2010, somewhere around there. But I don't know, man. It just wasn't meant to be. Anyway, there you go. Twiggy. Yep. Who was the what was the name of the characters that had that looked like hawks or eagles or something like that? They had the feathers for hair and stuff. I always liked those characters. They were pretty cool. And there was that the one guy who could take his head off. I forget what I don't remember any other names. Just Twiggy and Buck Rogers was pretty much all I remember because I haven't seen it since probably 81, 82 or something like that when I was what 6, 7, 8 years old or something. So I mean, it's been a while, but I really did love Buck Rogers. That was cool. I'm sure if I went back and watched it now, it'd probably be terrible. Now I will say that I really enjoyed the new Battlestar Galactica. I thought the new Battlestar Galactica was phenomenal. I thought B was good. I have a feeling going back and watching as an adult it might not. I know that's the problem when you go back and see them things. Like I was a huge fan of Knight Rider, and I went back and watched some of Knight Rider, and it was just ugh. It wasn't as good as I remember. It was pretty bad. What we got? Ewoks too. That was a cool '80s series. Yeah, the Ewoks. Uh, it wasn't a series though, wasn't it? It was just it was a cartoon, but I think the series it was just like a made for TV special. If I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. That's what I think it was. Yeah, yeah. The Ewoks were interesting. Wasn't there was there a Droids TV show or was it just the Ewoks? I remember there was a droids comic book that uh, Dark Horse did, I believe. That was pretty good. Well, this is awesome. Like I said, I got to go back and finish up a bunch of the other stuff, but I'll definitely have it up on the website probably around Wednesday. And if you give me a shout out or a private message me, Sumo Thori, on Twitter, I'll let you know when it goes up before anybody else, before we actually post it up and tell people about it if you're interested in it. So just holler at me and I'll do that. Not a big deal. Expanse is a good site. I know, and it just ended too. Expanse was great. I've watched it since it first came out. I really enjoyed Expanse. My wife never got into it. Um, I don't know, maybe she will get into it at some point, but that was something that I just watched a lot before we even got married. So I'm gonna keep going with this. This is gonna be cool, but I think I need to stop the stream here because I got ribs coming and all other types of stuff. Raised by Wolves is awesome. I really enjoy Raised by Wolves. Well, she hasn't gotten into. I don't think she knew about it. She's kind of like she watched Netflix. I think before we got married, she pretty much just like watched Netflix maybe, and that was it. And she didn't really watch anything on Amazon Prime, and that was an Amazon Prime thing. So I think that's what it was. Keep going. The ribs are not done. I know they're not done, but I'm done. So I'm blaming it on your ribs. I gotta go eat ribs, but actually I'm just done. I need to. I gotta use the bathroom and I gotta do some other stuff. So anyway, this is just a good test. Wanted to draw a little Moon Knight and test the internet out. So I'm just happy that this is gonna work. We're gonna be able to do this with the new internet. So super excited to go back and see how good this looked because Sumo Tori, you said it looked great, so that's awesome. And yeah, DM me on Twitter, like I said, and I'll as soon as I put it up, I'll holler at you and let you know. Matter of fact, I'll probably let you know before I put it up. I'll say, hey, I'm gonna put it up in the next like 30 minutes here or something. So there you go. What we got here? Good wife, pay her more compliments. Yep, yep. We got ribs coming, so it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. Her last batch of ribs was fantastic, so I know it's gonna be great. Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I just felt dizzy. I opened up the window and let the cool air in, so I don't know. That's just how it is when you have motion sickness. I get motion sickness a lot, so it's just one of them things. But anyway, thanks a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. And everyone have a great day. And thanks a lot for stopping by for this stream, this little drawing stream we did. And remember, uh, we got the Skits comic on the Skits website. We got artwork over there, like we were talking about with Sumo Tori. So go check out and see if there's any artwork on there that you might be interested in. Uh, if you buy Skits comic, we send it out usually same day or next day. So buy now, ship now. So thanks a lot for checking out the stream, and we'll definitely be seeing y'all real soon. Oh, and tomorrow I got Eric Canetti on here, so that'll be at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Eric Canetti will be talking about his new book, or issue 2 of Arc Athena, and a bunch of other stuff. So we'll talk about artwork and stuff like that. So Y'all have a wait, whoa, 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 what is she saying? Watch Expanse just for you. Oh, she's gonna actually try and watch it. There you go. You did it, Sumotori. I'm gonna be able to actually watch it with her. Awesome. Great job. All right, everybody. Y'all have a great day, and thanks a lot for stopping by. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.